All right, let's talk about something fascinating. There's this invisible battle happening all around us, on every road, with every car. It's a fight against the air itself. And believe it or not, it dictates pretty much everything. Your fuel economy, your car's top speed, and even the very reason your car is shaped the way it is. So today, we're going to make that invisible force visible.
So to get started, I've got a simple question for you. Picture a sleek, high-performance supercar. You know the type, all aggressive lines and big vents. Now picture a humble Toyota Prius. Yeah, a Prius. Which one do you think slices through the air with less effort? Which one's more aerodynamic? Go with your gut. But I'll tell you right now, the answer is probably not what you think.
And the winner is the Prius. No, that's not a typo. The everyday hybrid is significantly slippier than the supercar. Now, how is that even possible? It feels totally wrong, right? But the numbers don't lie. And just like that, we have a fantastic mystery to solve.
So the key to cracking this whole thing wide open, it all comes down to decoding one single secret number that car designers are absolutely obsessed with. It's called the drag coefficient.
Think of the drag coefficient, or CD as it's called, like a golf score for your car's shape. The lower the number, the better it slips through the air. That's it. It has nothing to do with how big the car is or how fast it's going. It is purely 100% about its shape.
Okay, I know what you're thinking, a physics formula. But don't worry, there's no math test here. I just want you to look at one tiny part of this equation because it has a massive, outsized impact on your daily drive. It's that little v squared right there, velocity squared.
That little squared symbol is the reason for this number, and this is the part that's kind of crazy. It means the force of the air pushing back on your car isn't a straight line. It's exponential.
And here's what that means in the real world. This is the crucial takeaway. When you double your speed, you don't just double the air resistance, you quadruple it. The fight against the air gets 4 times harder. And here's the thing. You already know this intuitively. You've felt it. Think about sticking your hand out of a car window. At 30 miles per hour, it's a gentle push. But at 60, it feels like some incredible force is trying to rip your arm off. That's not twice the force, it's 4 times the force. That is v squared in action. So let's put that CD number into perspective with some cars you see every day. At the very bottom of the scale, you've got, well, a brick with a CD over 1.0. A big, boxy pickup truck is way up there around 0.45. A typical SUV, which cares more about space than slipperiness, is around 0.38. And then you get down to efficient sedans like our hero the Prius at 0.28. And at the absolute cutting edge of today's tech, cars like the Mercedes EQS with an incredible CD of just 0.20.
So, we get the number now. But how do engineers actually get a low CD? Well, this gets to the heart of modern car design, and it's the reason why so many new cars are starting to look, well, a little bit alike.
Okay, the number one enemy in this fight, the main villain of aerodynamics, is something called the wake. Just picture this messy, swirling, low-pressure pocket of air that gets left behind your car as it moves. This turbulent zone literally sucks the car backward, and it creates most of the drag. The entire game for car designers is to make that wake as small and as calm as possible.
So how do you shrink that wake? You have to design a car that lets the air flow over it smoothly and then rejoin gently behind it. A sloping nose and windshield helps the air attach cleanly to the body. A tapered, fastback-style rear is absolutely critical for letting that air come back together without a big, chaotic mess. And even tiny details you might not notice, like flush door handles and smooth panels underneath the car, they all stop the air from getting snagged and creating that nasty turbulence.
Now on the flip side, if you wanted to create as much drag as possible, this is how you do it. An upright, boxy shape creates a huge, messy wake. Big open grills and an exposed undercarriage just churn everything up. And an open pickup truck bed, oh, that's basically an air parachute. It's an aerodynamic catastrophe. All these things just create a wall of air that the engine has to constantly fight against.
Okay, this is all fascinating engineering stuff for sure. But why does any of this actually matter to you when you're just driving to work? Well, the stakes are incredibly high, and they show up in your wallet every single time you visit the gas station or a charging station. This is the statistic that honestly blew my mind when I first learned about it. 50 to 60%.
That's right. When you're just cruising down the highway, more than half of the energy your engine is making, more than half the fuel you're burning, is being used for just one thing, pushing air out of the way. Not accelerating, not running your radio, just fighting the wind.
And for electric vehicles, oh man, this becomes even more critical. Drag is a constant, relentless thief, stealing range from the battery every second. It's why EV designers are obsessed with this stuff. Every tiny little improvement to that CD number can add miles of range, and that can be the difference between making it to the next charger or being stuck on the side of the road.
And hey, even if all you care about is going fast, this still matters to you. You can have 1,000 horsepower, but eventually you will hit a speed where the force of your engine pushing forward is perfectly canceled out by the force of the air pushing back. You've hit an aerodynamic wall. Your top speed is ultimately a battle against drag.
So let's bring this all together. We started with the mystery, we've decoded the clues, and now we get to the big reveal, a whole new way of looking at every single car you see.
And this explains our puzzle perfectly. A supercar needs giant intakes for its powerful engine to breathe and stay cool. At high speeds, it needs huge wings to create downforce just to stay on the road. All those aggressive, cool-looking features churn up the air and create drag. The Prius, on the other hand, has one mission and one mission only: efficiency. Its entire teardrop shape is designed with the single goal of letting air slide over it and rejoin peacefully behind it, creating the smallest possible wake. Its form follows its function, and that function is to disappear into the air.
And that's really the coolest part of all of this. Once you understand this invisible battle against drag, you start to see cars completely differently. That sloping roofline isn't just a style choice, it's a strategic engineering decision. That flush door handle isn't just for looks, it's a weapon in the war against turbulence. So the next time you're on the road, I want you to look around. Really look. Look for those tapered tails on EVs, the smooth underbodies, the carefully shaped mirrors. You now have the secret decoder ring for the language of car design. What piece of that invisible engineering will you spot first?